everyone. How are we going? It's good. It is such a privilege to be here to play with these incredible young performers. As Paul has already announced, my name is Nat Bartsch. I'm a composer and a piano player, and work in the space kind of between several genres, including jazz and classical. And I started out in the jazz scene first. In fact, my first ever gig that I played my original music for was at Bennett's Lane, which was the former jazz lab in the city. And so it's really nice to be sharing my music with the next generation of jazz artists as well. I would love to introduce all of these great players, and I've been referring to them by their first names all week, and now I'm looking at the surnames. And but my surname is Bartsch, so I feel like it couldn't be harder than people pronouncing my name. So I would love to introduce, firstly, Lydia Nguyen on the drums. Sorry. And actually, ensembles with two bass players are actually the best. You should, this is the second time in my career I'm playing with two bass players, and it's been very satisfying both times. We have Chezz Cinquegrana on electric bass. Did I say it right? Yes. And Jemima Smith on the double bass. Yeah. And on alto sax we have Bernice Ramos. And just then you heard the amazing Greta Williams. And soon to be enjoyed is Frankie Quinlivan.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's one of the things you don't learn at music school is like remembering to pronounce everybody's names correctly when you introduce the band. There's lots of things you don't learn at music school. But this type of thing, in fact, 90% of the things I do for my music career, I did not learn at music school. But it is really nice to, get you guys started. It's so good. So those two pieces you just heard are from an album of lullabies, which first came out as an album called Forever and No Time at All. And I wrote it when my son was born, and it's these little lullabies that are designed to help babies fall asleep, but also be genuinely nice for adults to listen to. And these are jazz reinterpretations that come from an album called Forevermore. And now I'm going to share with you another piece that's had that similar process. I released an album called Hope, and it sort of was created during 2020. It was a crappy year, I'm sure we can all agree. And so it seems odd to have released an album called Hope, but essentially hope is an abbreviation of hopefulness and hopelessness. And it's music that's trying to explore that space between those two polarities. Depending on the day, depending on the press conference, we all felt different types of hope. And this piece, For the Koalas, is actually kind of a lament about climate change in action. And I wrote this with the smell of smoke in my house from fires that were very, very, very long distance away from my house. And I'm sure most of us on stage would agree. So it's a very meaningful piece for me. Thanks.
It's a lullaby called Billy, and it's about my niece.
The next piece we're going to play is called Missing Pieces, and it's a song I wrote a long time ago. It's on my last Nat Bartsch trio album, which was like the old me or something. It's like an earlier stage of my life, and the recording of it features Jan Slater, and she did such a beautiful job, as does Greta tonight. And it's a very vulnerable piece of music, because I don't write with lyrics very much, because why would I? But it's a piece that's a kind of about recovery from depression, because I had so many terrible issues with depression in my 20s. It turns out I was autistic, and ADHD, and had I known that, I probably could have avoided all of them. So my new album is a whole other story. I'll tell you about that soon. In the meantime, please enjoy Missing Pieces. And it is about depression, but it's also a happy song, so don't stress.
The color of the morning in a palette black and white, it seems so far away. Could I fix it right? A story with an ending. It felt as though I knew where the light fell far away. Standing in the night, missing pieces scattered, quietly gathering dust where they fall. Your eyes signal to me slowly, handing me the light.
so much. And a huge thanks to Greta Williams. I gave these brilliant women the task of playing one of my songs without me. So the next song is called Emerging, and it's a piece that I wrote on my album Hope, and then you can hear the jazz reinterpretation on my album Hope Renewed. And it's a piece that I wrote in those days where the lockdown just started to lift a little bit, like you could go for a picnic 6 kilometres away. So it's trying to capture that tentative feeling of optimism that we had at the time. Yeah. was amazing, guys. Congrats. A huge thanks to this amazing ensemble for playing. I'm going to play a little solo tune to finish this set. I released an album recently called Forever Changed, and it's another album of lullabies. I finally got the confidence to write another one, because when you do something that goes quite well, you get so anxious about repeating it. I call it follow-up albumitis, and it's a very complex condition. However, this year I got to be artist in residence at Melbourne Recital Centre, which was really special. And I was like, well, if I'm ever going to do it, it has to be this year. So I created an album of lullabies. But this time it's reflecting upon the experience of discovering I'm neurodivergent, and what a beautiful thing that is and a relieving thing that is, especially for somebody who's always kind of felt a bit like a fish out of water and has struggled through things. So it's still about my family, but it's about these changes in my family and these changes within myself. And it's a very positive and very special album for me. And it's kind of, the first album is like solid, lots of solo piano, a bit of reverb and some Celeste. This is more like this kind of sensory-seeking, drenched reverb. Let me say that again. It's like a sort of sensory-seeking version of all the ambient effects. And there's harp and strings and heaps of synths and arpeggiators, and it's all mixed in surround sound, and I premiered it in surround sound. So it's kind of like considering the neurodivergent sensory needs that we might have in music, which I reflected upon myself when I went through like several house moves, divorce, repartnering, all these like big life changes which are difficult for autistic people to cope with. And I wasn't listening to soothing piano music, I was listening to Meshuggah a lot. And I look back and there's all this music that I love that is like dense and textured and has multi like competing polyrhythms and patterns and, you know, like electronic music and 80s synth pop and all that stuff. And then I thought, well, how can I kind of weave some of those things into a lullaby album? And I checked with some other neurodivergent people and music therapists that it was not a terrible idea to do that. So I might play something from that now. This is a bit of a... just imagine that there's speakers all around you. And there's a sensory video projection right here. And you're kicking back in a beanbag and you're holding a fidget spinner, because that's the vibe I'm going for. I think I'm going to play a piece called, I think I'm going to play Forever Changed, the title track, which I co-wrote with my son. It's not the full experience yet, you don't get the arpeggiators yet.